Hello student, welcome back to Triveni Memorial Senior Secondary School video classes. Okay, so today we are going to start your chapter number 17, stars and the solar system. Okay, as the name suggests, in this chapter we are going to learn about various phenomena associated with the space. Okay, and we are going to learn about various celestial bodies of the sky, of space. Okay, so let us start our chapter. So Paheli and Bujo visited their grandparent village during the summer break. After dinner they went on to the roof of the house. It was clear and cloudless night. They were surprised to see a large number of bright stars in the sky. Okay, they never ever have seen such a beautiful scene in the city, because mostly cities are polluted and we are not able to see the clear sky and the twinkling of the star that clearly in the city sky. Okay, but no such thing is there in the village, so we are able to see the clear that stars, twinkling of the star in the sky of the village. Okay, Paheli wondered why the village sky was so different from the night sky in the big cities. As we know that because of the pollution. Her grandfather explained that due to bright light, smoke and dust, the sky in the big cities are rarely clear. Okay, night sky watching can be fascinating experience, and at place where there are no bright light and atmosphere is clear, so in such places sky is very bright, as well as we can see various celestial bodies with our naked eyes in the sky in such villages. Okay, look at the sky on the dark clear night. You will see entire sky dotted with a countless stars, some bright and some not so bright, right? Observe them carefully. Do all of them appear to be twinkle? No. If you observe it very clearly, then you will see that some of the celestial body, I will use this term celestial body here because everything that is present in the sky are not stars. Some of them are planets also. Okay, do you find any star-like object which will not twinkle? The object which do not twinkle are planets. Okay, the moon is the brightest object in the night sky. Star and the planet and the moon and many other objects in the sky are known as celestial object. Okay, so basically we have divided the entire sky broadly into two things. Firstly, those they have their own light, they are star. Secondly, the celestial object which do not have their own light, they need light of the star for twinkling or for brightness, they are known as planets. Okay, I hope this thing is clear. And the star, the most prominent star in our solar system is Sun, because it is closest to the earth, right? So let us move ahead. We will learn firstly about moon, because in the night sky it is the most prominent structure which we see. Okay, is there a change in the shape of the moon every day? Yes, that is known as phases of the moon. Okay, the day on which the whole disk of the moon is visible is known as full moon. We are going to learn about that thing. Moon is neither increasing or decreasing. It is because the moon is moving, earth is moving. Okay, earth is moving around the sun and moon is moving around the earth. That's why sometimes we see full moon and sometimes we see half moon and sometimes we see no moon. These are known as phases of the moon. Okay, it is because of the rotation of the earth and rotation of the moon itself. Okay, thereafter every night the size of the bright part of the moon appears to become thinner and thinner. On the 15th day, the moon is not visible at all. It is known as Amavas in Hindi. This day is known as new moon day. Okay, on the next day only small portion of the moon appear in the sky. This is known as crescent moon. Okay, the moon which you all are very familiar with. We all draw this shape when we want to draw moon. Then again the moon grow very that large every day. On the 15th day once again we get a full view of the moon, that is known as Purnima in Hindi. The various shape of bright part of the moon as seen during the month are known as phases of the moon. though actually moon is not increasing or decreasing. It is because of the movement. Sometimes we see entire full moon and sometimes we see only part of that moon. Okay, the time period between one full moon to the next full moon is slightly longer than 29 days. That's why we mentioned 29 and a half days. Okay, in many calendars this period is known as a month. Okay, so these calendars are known as lunar calendars, right? Some religions follow such calendars. Okay, let us try to understand why phases of the moon occur. You have studied in chapter 16 that moon does not produce its own light. It is non-luminous object. It needs light of the sun. Okay, whereas sun and the other star do. We see that moon, because of the sunlight falling on it, get reflected towards us. Okay, it's the sunlight only which is reflected to us from the moon. That is nothing but the moonlight. Okay, we therefore see only the part of the moon from which the light of the sun is reflected towards us. Okay, now as you can see, okay, this is moon, this is earth, and this is sun. Okay, first of all the sunlight will fall on moon on this part. Okay, in such case we can say that this is half moon, and on earth in the night time only, in daytime moon will not be visible from the earth because of the brightness of the sun. We cannot see moon in the daytime because it will be invisible to us because of the presence of the bright sunlight. Okay, we can see moon only during the night time. First thing. Second thing, as you can see that only half of the moon is getting the sunlight in this phase. So on the earth it will appear as the half moon. And suppose if moon is somewhere here, over here. So from here, from earth in the night sky, we can see entire moon. That is nothing but the full moon. And suppose if the entire moon is somewhere here, so moon will not get any sunlight in that particular moment. So we can say that is nothing but a new moon. Okay, so that's how the process goes on, and this is nothing but the phases of the moon. Okay, this diagram demonstrates the entire phases of the moon very clearly. Let us start it from here. Full moon. Okay, full moon on the night sky, we can see the full moon very clearly. Okay, then after some days we can see that more than half of the moon, still not full moon. That is known as gibbous moon. This shape is gibbous, first of all. Secondly, because it is decreasing now, it is known as waning gibbous. You have to keep this thing in your mind. Waning means decreasing and waxing means increasing. Since it is decreasing in size, we can say that it is waning gibbous. Okay, then it is further decreased to the exact half. It is known as first quarter moon. Okay, you have to remember all these names. Okay, then we can see only small portion of the moon. That particular phase is known as crescent moon. Again, which type of crescent? Waning crescent. Okay, then no moon is visible to us. This is known as new moon. Okay, then after that, in 15 days from full moon to new moon, then it will start increasing its size. Okay, then this is again crescent. Both of these shape as crescent, but this time it is increasing in size. So we can say that this is waxing crescent. Waxing. Okay, waxing means increasing. Then this is half. This is known as third quarter of the moon. Okay, or last quarter also. Then again gibbous shape, but waxing gibbous it is. Then again full moon. Okay, this cycle will take 29 and a half days to complete. Okay, you have to remember all these names. So for your exam point of view. Now, can you now guess the relative position of sun, moon and earth on a day when the full moon is there? Yes, of course. And on the day when new moon is arrived. Yes, you can do that now. Okay. This position, you can draw this position of moon, sun and earth in your notebook. The size of the illuminated part of the moon visible from the earth increase each day, and on the new moon day, after the full moon day, the sunlight part of the moon visible from the earth decreases in size every day, which we have discussed just now. Okay, now moon surface. The moon complete one rotation on its axis and complete one revolution on the earth. So moon is revolving around its axis also, and it is rotating around sun also. It is rotating around earth also. That is why it is known as natural satellite of earth. Okay, all the natural satellites revolve around the planet. What is the difference between planet and satellite? Satellite revolve around the planet and planet revolve around sun. Okay. Next is moon surface. The moon is the fascinating object for the poet and the storytellers, right? But when astronauts landed on the moon, they found that moon surface is dusty and barren. Okay. The land which is not at all occupied by any organism. There are many craters. Okay, of the different sizes. It is also having a large number of steep and high mountains which are formed due to that moon hit by any meteoroid or any space object. Some of these are high as highest mountain of the earth also. The moon has no atmosphere, it has no water. So for now we can say that there is no life on the moon because atmosphere is not there. Okay, now and water is also not there. So Bojo is asking, can we hear any sound on the moon? No, we cannot, because sound need a medium to travel, and on the moon only vacuum is there, so sound cannot travel on vacuum, right? So that's why astronomers use various devices to communicate on the moon or that vacuum spaces. Whenever they are in vacuum, they need various devices. On July 21st, 1969 Indian time, the American astronaut Neil Armstrong, I hope you all are aware of his name, landed on the moon for the first time. He was followed by Edwin Aldrin, right? So you can see the photograph also. Stars. Now second topic of this chapter are star. What other object do you see in the night sky? These are nothing but the large number of stars. Okay, observe carefully on a dark night and from the place away from the big city, all the stars are equally bright. Are they of same color? In fact, stars emit light of their own. The sun is also a star, and our sun is a moderate star. That means it is having moderate amount of light and it is having moderate size also, but it appears big from our earth because it is comparatively nearer to the earth. Why does it appear so large compared to other stars? Because it is near to the earth, which appear bigger than a football placed near you or a football placed at a distance of 100 kilometers. So if a football is there, if it is in your hand and if it is very far away from you, which will appear bigger to you? Of course, the football which is present on your hands, right? Because it is near to you. The stars are million times farther away than the sun. Therefore, stars appear as like points. Okay. Sun is nearly 150,000 and 000 kilometer away from us. That is 150 million kilometer away from us. Still we are saying it is that near to the earth. So you can imagine how far other stars are from our earth. The next nearest star is Alpha Centauri. Though so many astronomers are not in favor of this thing, but since it is written in our book, we will follow this. Okay, it is at the distance of about 40 crore million, something like that, kilometer from the earth. So you can imagine, can you read this distance in kilometer? Some stars are even farther away. So you can convert this entire thing into kilometer. Then you can imagine how far other stars are. Okay, you can compare these two distance also. So you can imagine, that's why other stars appear as pointed object. Okay, such large distance are expressed in another unit known as light years, because since it is we are having difficulty even in that pronouncing that big digit. right? So we cannot calculate such a big digit in kilometers. So we need another unit. Whenever we talk about the distances of the space, we need some other unit which is large than kilometer. So we are using light year. What is light year? Light year is a unit of distance. First thing, okay, why we are using light year when we talk about space? Because kilometer is very small unit, it cannot calculate such a large distance. So that's why we are using light year as the unit of distance when we talk about the distances between various celestial objects. What is this light year? It is basically distance traveled by light in 1 year. Okay, remember that speed of light is about that 30 lakh kilometer per second. I hope you remember that. Okay, 3 lakh. Thus the distance of sun from the earth may be said to be 8 light minutes. Okay, so you can say that distance between earth and the sun is 8 light year, 8 light minutes. Okay, which is not that much that far away. If we see it from space point of view, the distance of Alpha Centauri is 4.3 light years. Here we are using minutes and here we are using light years. So you can, by yourself, you can imagine the vast difference. Okay, now next is, in fact, stars are present in sky during daytime also, but they are not visible to us because of the bright sunlight. Okay, now next is, observe some prominent star of the group of stars in the sky for about 2 hours or more. Do you find that they are changing their position? You will find that star appear to move from east to west. Why is it so? Why star appear to move from east to west? And we also say that the sun rises from the east and set in the west. Though sun is not moving, it is us which are moving. It is our planet Earth which is moving. Okay, and it is moving from west to east direction. That's why all the stars, including sun, appear to move from east to west. Okay, I have given you example also. When we travel in train, all the trees and all the things appear to move in the different direction because we are moving in forward direction. All the other things appear to move in the backward direction. Same thing happens when our earth rotates. Okay, you will find that star appear to move because of the same reason. Okay, the star which rises in the east in the evening, set in the west in the early morning. Though sunset and sunrise is not a thing. Okay, sun never rises, sun never set. It is us which is moving. Okay, for the convention of the language, we say that sun rises and sun set. Though no such phenomena is there in actual. Okay, why do star appear to move from east to west? I have given you answer already. Now, constellation. What is this constellation? Look at the sky for some time. Can you see the star forming group? Okay, so basically constellation is a group of stars that form a particular pattern. Okay, now you see easily identify some constellation in the night sky. For this you should know what a particular constellation look like and where we look at the sky for that. Some constellations are appear in summertime and some are appear in winter time. Some are appear in the early night sky, some appear in the late night sky. One of the most famous constellation which you can see during summertime is Ursa Major. Okay, it is also known as Big Dipper. Okay, spoon like shape. Then Great Bear and Saptarishi in Hindi. There are 7 prominent stars, that's why known as Saptarishi. In this constellation it appears like a big ladder or a question mark. Okay, this is the there are 3 stars in the handle of the ladder and 4 in the bowl. Okay, 4 in the bowl and 3 in the handle. Okay, it appears as that sometimes it appears as bear like also, that's why it's known as Great Bear. Okay, you can see that spoon like structure, 4 in the that ladder and 3 in the handle, dipper like shape. Okay, so ancient people used to think that the shape is similar to some kind of object, non-living thing or animal. Okay, they used to relate the shape of the constellation with either object or non-living thing, or we can say that animals. Okay, Next is, and yes, one more thing is there, we can locate the pole star with the help of this Ursa Major constellation. You can see that these two stars of Ursa Major are in a straight line with the pole star. So when we see the Ursa Major constellation in the sky, we can locate pole star also. What is the significance of this pole star? Why it is known as pole star? It is the only star in the sky which do not move, or I can say that which do not appear to move. A few minutes back we discussed that no stars is moving, no star are moving, right? We just discussed that. But why we are mentioning this pole star differently? Because pole star is at the same axis, like this is the axis of the earth, pole star is located somewhere here. Okay, so no matter what is the direction of the earth, it will always be stationary. So pole star is the only stationary star in our that sky when we see it. Though no star is moving, but pole star is again not appear to be moved, that because it is in the same line of our axis. Okay. Now next is Orion, right? Is another well-known constellation that can be seen during winter sky in the late evening. It is one of the most magnificent constellation in the sky. It also has 7 or 8 stars. Okay, Orion is also known as Hunter. The 3 middle stars represent the belt of the Hunter. The 4 bright stars appear as arranged in a quadrilateral form. Okay, let us see this Orion. This is Orion. Okay, it appears as a Hunter as whole. So this, okay, this 3 stars will form the belt of this Hunter. Okay, now the star Sirius. Now another star is there which we will talk about, which is the brightest star of the sky, is located close to the Orion. So with the help of Ursa Major we can locate pole star, with the help of Orion we can locate Sirius. Okay, imagine a straight line passing through the 3 middle star appear as belt. If you just imagine, though, if you just locate this 3 middle star of the Orion, you can locate the Sirius star, because it is in the same line. You can see that it is in the same line of the 3 middle star. Okay, next is Cassiopeia, another prominent constellation in the northern sky. It is visible during winter time in the early part of the sky. It looks like distorted W or M. Okay, do you know that the constellation does not have 5 to 10 stars, it has large number of stars actually. Okay, however we can see only bright star of the constellation with the naked eye, so we say that this particular constellation is having 5 stars, 8 stars, 7 stars, though more stars are also there, but they are not so bright. Okay, so all the stars which make up a constellation are not the same not of the same distance, they vary in their distance. Okay, now next is the solar system itself. The sun and the celestial body which revolve around it form the solar system. It consists of large number of bodies such as planet, comet, asteroids, and meteors. Meteors. The gravitational attraction between sun and this object keep them revolving, right? The earth, as you know, also revolve around the sun. It is member of solar system. It's a planet. There are 7 other planets also, okay, that revolve around the sun. The 8th planet in their order of distance is, yes, from the sun. Okay, you have to remember them as they are written here in same order. Okay, so order is Mercury, then Venus, then Earth, okay, then Mars, then Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, and then Neptune. Okay, you have to remember this order. You have to remember the sequence. What is this sequence denoting? This sequence is denoting their distance away from the sun. So which planet is the closest to the sun? Mercury. Which planet is the farthest from the sun? It is Neptune. Okay, you have to remember this sequence. As we can see, this is the diagrammatic representation of our solar system. This is sun, Mercury closest to the sun, then Venus, then Earth, then Mars, okay, then Jupiter, Saturn, then Uranus, and then Neptune. Okay, yes, so Let us start with the sun. Sun is the nearest star from us. It is also continuously emitting huge amount of heat and light. Okay, the source of the that heat and light of sun is basically helium and hydrogen atom. Okay, in fact, sun is the main source of heat and light for all the planets, including Earth. Okay, so let us discuss planets also. Planets look like stars, but they do not have their own light. So they merely reflect the sunlight that falls on them. So now we can distinguish between planets and stars. Stars have their own light, planets use the light of stars. Simplest method to identify planets from the star is that star twinkle, planets never twinkle. Okay. Also planets keep changing their position with respect to star. Planets move, but stars do not move. As the planet has a definite path in which it revolves around the sun, that imaginary path is known as orbit. The time taken by planets to complete one that revolution is called period of revolution. Okay, this period of revolution increases the distance from the planet and the sun increases. Okay, so student, we were talking about planets. So the very first planet of our solar system is Mercury. In Hindi it is known as Budh. Okay, so let us read. The planet Mercury is the nearest to the sun. It is the smallest planet, okay, of our solar system because Mercury is very close to the sun. It is very difficult to observe it. Okay, it is the for us it is very difficult to observe the Mercury because it is very near to the sun. Okay, so it almost get hidden in the glare of the sun. However, it can be observed just before the sunrise and the sunset. Okay, very easy near the horizon. So it is visible only at the place where trees or the building do not obstruct the view of the horizon. Okay, we are able to see the Mercury before the sunrise and after the sunset. Okay, because in the sunlight we are not able to see in the glare of sun. Mercury has no natural satellite of its own. Next planet is Venus. In Hindi it is Shukra planet. Venus is the Earth nearest planet and it is also known as twin planet to the Earth. Why? Because it is approximately of same size as of Earth. It is the brightest planet in the night sky. Why? Though nearest planet to the Earth is Mercury, but Mercury is very small in the size. So maximum sunlight absorbed by Venus planet. That's why it is the brightest planet of our solar system. Okay, sometime it appears in the western sky just after the sunset, or it appears in the eastern sky before the sunrise. Same reason, because we cannot see Venus also in the glare of the sun. Okay, that's why it is also known as morning and evening star. Okay, although it's not a star, it's a planet, but because of the brightness, sometimes some people call it as star, but it's not a correct term. Venus is a planet. Okay, now Venus has no moon like Mercury, no satellite of its own. Rotation of Venus on its axis is somewhat unusual. Why it is so? It rotates from east to west. Unlike Earth rotates from west to east. That's why everything on the Earth appears to move from east to west, because we are moving from west to east. Okay, so unusual rotation is there in case of Venus. What is that unusual rotation? It rotates from east to west. So when you are on Venus, everything will appear to move from west to east. Okay, now next is, if you get a chance, try to observe Venus through telescope. It is clearly visible with naked eyes also, and with the help of telescope also we can see Venus in the sky. Okay, next thing about Venus is it also shows phases like moon. Okay, now next is Earth. In Hindi Prithvi. Earth is the only planet in the solar system on which life is known to exist. Some special environmental conditions are responsible for this. Very first is correct distance from sun. So we get the correct temperature, which is essential for the survival. Then presence of atmosphere, presence of water. everything is responsible, all these things are responsible for the existence of life on earth. Okay, proper sunlight so that green plant can prepare their own food by the process of photosynthesis. All these things, all these conditions are essential for life. Okay, these include the right distance from the sun, so it has the right temperature, presence of water, suitable atmosphere and the blanket of ozone which protect us from the ultraviolet rays. Okay, now from space earth appear blue green because of reflection of light from the water and the land mass. Most of the earth is water only, so when we see earth from space it appears as blue and green because of the presence of trees. Okay, the axis of rotation of earth is not perpendicular, it is slightly tilted, which is responsible, this tilt is 23.5 tilt, that is responsible for seasonal changes. Okay, earth has only one moon. Now next is Mars. Next planet to the first outside orbit of the earth is Mars. It appears slightly reddish because of presence of rusted iron in the soil, therefore it is also known as red planet. Mars has two natural satellites, Phobos and Deimos. Okay, Jupiter, Brihaspati, quite a large planet, largest planet in fact of the solar system. It is so large that about 1300 earth that exist in the single Jupiter. So you can imagine, okay, this as a giant planet. Now next is, however the mass of Jupiter is about 318 times that of Earth. It rotates very rapidly on its axis. Okay, now Jupiter has large number of satellites also. It also has a faint rings around it, so ring system is also there, though not very distinguished rings, but still rings are present. Okay, Jupiter you can see in the bright sky. Okay, if you observe it with the help of telescope, you can see 4 of its moon also along with this Jupiter. It has a large number of moons. Moons means natural satellite. Okay. Now next is Saturn, in Hindi it is Shani. Beyond Jupiter is Saturn, which appear yellowish in color because of presence of carbon dioxide and methane, which make it what is the most distinguished feature of the Saturn? It is the presence of beautiful rings. Okay, these rings are not visible with the naked eyes. You need a telescope to observe these rings. Okay, Saturn is also having large number of satellites. Okay, as the planet moving far away from the sun, the number of satellites is increasing. Have you observed this pattern? One interesting thing about Saturn is it is the least dense among all the planets. Density is less than that of water. That means, in hypothetical world, if you dip all the planet in the water, in a big ocean, you can imagine that big ocean, then all the other planet will sink down. But this Saturn will float in that water. Why? Because it is having low density than of water also, because of the presence of this ring. Okay, ring system. Next is Uranus and Neptune. These are quite cold planet because they are far away from the sun. Okay, these are the outermost planet of the solar system. They can be seen only with the help of large telescope because they are very far away from Earth. Like Venus, Uranus also Venus rotate from west to east. Okay, east to west in the same way. This Uranus also rotate in the same way. Okay, it also rotates from east to west. Most remarkable feature of Uranus is it is having highly tilted axis of rotation. So other planet rotate like the top, spin like the top, but this Uranus appear to move like rolling of the ball. Okay, because of this highly tilted axis of rotation. Okay. Now, first 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, are much near to the sun. That's why they are quite hot. Okay, but the planets which are far away from the sun are quite cold. Okay, they are known as inner planet. Till Mars, they are known as inner planet, and after Mars, they are known as outer planet. Okay. Yes, and the inner planets are having low number of natural satellite, and outer planets are having large number of satellite. Planet exist outside the orbit of the Mars, namely Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune are much farther away than the inner planet. They are also known as outer planet. They have ring system, okay, plus they have large number of moon. Now some other members of solar system, they are, first one is asteroids. There are large gap between orbit of Mars and Jupiter, okay. This gap is occupied by large number of small objects that revolve around the sun. These are known as asteroids, and which make up asteroid belt between this Mars and Jupiter. Asteroids can only be seen with the help of large telescope with a high magnifying power, okay. In this diagram you can observe, after the orbit of Mars, between Mars and Jupiter, asteroid belt is there, okay, which distinguish inner planet and outer planet. Now comets also member of solar system. They revolve around the sun in highly elliptical orbit, right? However, their period of revolution around the sun is usually very long, okay, more than 100 of years. Comet appear generally as a bright head with a long tail. Length of the tail grow in the size as it approaches the sun, okay. The tail of the comet always directed away from the sun. Keep this in your mind. Many comets are known to appear periodically, okay. One such comet is Halley's comet, which appear nearly which repeat itself after every 76 years. It was the last seen in 1986. So you can calculate when we will see this comet once again. Next is meteor and meteorites. At night, when the sky is clean and the moon is not there, you may sometime have seen a bright streak of light. These are commonly known as shooting star, Toota hua tara. Although they are not star, they are meteor. A meteor is usually a small object that occasionally enter in Earth atmosphere. At the time it has very high speed. So at the time, the friction due to atmosphere heat it up, it grows and evaporate quickly. That is why the bright streak lasts for very short time, and we call it as a shooting star. Sometimes meteor are large, so they can reach up the Earth surface, okay. They and the body that reaches to the Earth surface is known as meteorite, okay. So meteor are known as meteorite when they enter in the Earth surface, when they are of large size. Meteorites help scientists in investigation of nature of material from which solar system was formed, okay. Now last one is artificial satellite, okay. You must have heard that there are number of artificial satellites which are orbiting the Earth. You might wonder how artificial satellites are different from natural satellite. Artificial satellites are man-made. Firstly, artificial satellites are launched from Earth. They revolve around the Earth much closer to the Earth natural satellite Moon. Orbit of artificial satellite is near to orbit of natural satellite Moon. India has built and launched several artificial satellites. Aryabhat was the first Indian natural satellite, and Sputnik was overall first artificial satellite of the world, which is launched by USSR. Okay, some Indian satellites are INSAT, IRS, Kalpana 1, EduSat, etc. Okay. Artificial satellites have many practical applications. They are used for forecasting, transmitting television and radio signals. They are also used for telecommunication and remote sensing, right? So with this we are over with our chapter. Let us complete our exercise part, right? Which of the following is not a member of solar system? So asteroid, satellite, constellation, comet. Answer is constellation. Which of the following is not a planet of the sun? Okay, Sirius, because it is a star itself. Phases of moon occur because we can see only part of moon which reflect light towards us, or the distance from moon keeps changing. Shadow of earth cover only part of moon surface, so C part. Okay. Fill up the planet which is farthest away from the sun is, you know the answer. Answer is Neptune. Okay. The planet which appear reddish in color, Mars. A group of star, constellation. Celestial body that revolve around the planet is known as natural satellite. Shooting star are actually not stars. Asteroids are found between orbit of Mars and Jupiter. True and false. Pole star is a member of solar system. No, it's not a member of solar system. Mercury is the smallest planet of the solar system. True. Uranus is the farthest planet. No, Neptune is the farthest planet. Okay. InSat is an artificial satellite. True. There are 9 planets in the solar system. False. Constellation Orion can be seen only with a telescope. False. We can see it with the naked eyes also. Okay, now match up. Inner planets, you know that Mars, Earth. Okay. Outer planet, Saturn. Constellation Great Bear, Orion. Okay. Satellite of the Earth, Moon. Okay. Now next is, in which of the following, in which part of the sky can you find Venus if it is visible as an evening star? Western sky. Name the largest planet of the solar system, Jupiter. What is a constellation? Group of stars that form a beautiful pattern. Name any 2 constellations. You can write name of any constellation, Orion, Great Bear, Cassiopeia, etc. Draw the sketches of that you have to do by your own. Name 2 objects other than planet which are member of solar system. Sun, then asteroids, comet, you can write on your own. Explain how can you locate pole star with the help of Ursa Major. We have already discussed. If you don't know, then you can just rewind that section again. Okay. So, do all the stars in the sky move? No. Okay. Star do not move. It is actually us which is moving. Okay. Why is the distance between star expressed in light year? Because we cannot express such a large distance in kilometers. What do you understand by the statement star is 8 light years from the earth? It means the unit between the earth and the star is basically 8 light years. You can convert it into kilometer also. Okay, you know how to convert it. Next is, the radius of Jupiter is 11 times the radius of Earth. Calculate the ratio of volume of Jupiter and Earth. For that you have to divide volume of Jupiter by the volume of the Earth, and in result what will you get? You will get 11 cube, right? 4 by 3 pi r cube, then 4 by 3 pi will cancel out, and that r cube of Jupiter versus r cube of Earth, the result will be 1331. Okay, we have already discussed it. Now Bujom made following sketch of the solar system. Is the sketch correct? If not, correct it. That you can do on your own. What is the difficulty in this that solar system? The difficulty is Jupiter is that drawn in the asteroid belt, which is incorrect. Jupiter is outer planet. Okay, yeah. Then location of Mars and Venus is incorrect. Okay, then location of Neptune and Uranus is incorrect. You can draw it on your own. And now we are over with this chapter. We will meet in our next video. Thank you so much, student.